Hello there, welcome to the Coastline callout guide. Standard disclaimer on these videos is that these are the callouts that you're going to hear when you're in a solo queue setting, and these are also the callouts that you should use in a solo queue setting. If you're playing with a squad of 5 people all the time, there's going to be a lot of places that you should give more specific names, but these are just the ones that you're going to hear and the ones that you should probably use when you're playing with people that you don't play with all the time. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. The outside of this map has a couple little names. Out here to the entire east side is just known as parking front, and right down there, I'll show it to you later, but there's a Lamborghini right down there, right under this little thing. A lot of people call the front door area Lamborghini, just kind of like that little front area right there. And then moving over here to the northwest corner is the pool area, is all this right here, and it more or less extends all the way over to the buildings over there to the northeast, and I'll show you that a little bit better when I get down there onto the DJ booth. And then over here is the southwest side. This whole area is called the ruins, reaching all the way to that corner, and then reaching all the way to where it meets the pool over here. The far side, or the south side of this map, is just called the south side. I've never really heard anybody call it anything different because there's really nothing of note over there. There's pretty much just a little path that you can walk across. So this is just the south side of the map. Alright, so getting started, we'll just drop down here. This right here is called the Aquarium Balcony. Occasionally you'll call it here, or you'll hear it called Fish Balcony, because this room right here is called Aquarium. You might hear it called Aqua, and you might hear it called Fish. The most common is just Aquarium though. So Aquarium and Aquarium Balcony. My team uses the callout Fish because it's faster and easier, so I recommend that if you get a squad together. This room is called either Billiards or Pool, and that's talking mainly just about this square right here. If you're talking about this room over here, this is Billiards as well, but to be more specific, you should be calling this like the Billiards bar or the Billiards couches. Most of the time you won't hear people use that. You'll just hear people say Billiards or Pool for the entire room, including this room here. But if you say Billiards bar, that's obviously talking about this area where there's all the booze. This room over here is the hookah lounge, and this out here is the hookah balcony. The hookah lounge has two distinct, well actually I guess technically three distinct places. There's this kind of narrow part in the middle, that's just hookah. If someone's over here, you say behind the hookah couch, and if someone's over here, you say behind the hookah bar, or behind the desk. Some people call this a desk, some people call it a bar. So, or you can also say just at the hookah hatch, but you got to make sure you're talking about above or below that hatch. Out here on the hookah balcony, there's just the balcony. There's the hookah balcony stairs right here. And then over here on the side is just, people will play up here and get angles onto here. So if you're trying to say that somebody's out here, you say hookah balcony at the hookah window. Hookah balcony at the window. Coming back inside, this is the hookah hallway. Yeah, we'll just go over these stairs real quick too. 99% of people call these the cool vibe stairs. Every once in a while you'll hear people call them blue stairs. Much more common is just cool vibes. If you say blue, some people know exactly what you mean, but it's safer just to call it cool vibes. And you don't need to say cool vibe stairs, just say cool vibes. That was awkward. So hookah hallway leads to the VIP hallway. So this just VIP hallway, there's not really any special callouts for any of the places in it. Because this room right here is VIP. There's kind of 2 or 3 little callouts you can give for this. You can say behind the shelves, so VIP bookshelves. And then this part over here doesn't really have a name. I would just use the compass for this. In the couch, and then behind the, some people call this like DJ booth. But you kind of have to be careful because there's several DJ booths on this map. But you say VIP DJ booths, you're obviously talking about this. This room right here is called Hall of Fame. Almost everybody calls this Hall of Fame, and you should be too. Occasionally you might hear people call it guitar. I don't really like that one just because I believe there's other guitars on the map, although I couldn't tell you exactly where they are right now, but everybody calls this Hall of Fame, so you should too. This balcony out here is what's actually called DJ. You can also call it VIP balcony. You can call it Hall of Fame balcony as well. and everyone will know what you're talking about. To give more specific callouts about this, you say whether they're at the VIP window or whether they're at the Hall of Fame doorway. You can also just use the compass callouts. You can say west end of VIP balcony or east end of VIP balcony. I would actually lean toward just calling this VIP balcony rather than DJ booth, just because, like I said, there's DJ stuff out here, there's DJ stuff over there, there's somewhere else there's more. So coming in here is Penthouse. Most people just call this whole room Penthouse, like all the way to that wall, to these walls, to this wall. The callouts you can give for the sections of it, though, are just at the big window or at the penthouse window. You can say at the bed, at the wardrobe or cabinet or whatever. And then in here is the bathroom, one of two bathrooms on this map, so you have to call it as the penthouse bathroom or the second floor bathroom, because the other one's on the first floor. Also, a lot of the times you can give callouts based on which wall someone is close to, so you say in penthouse at the VIP wall. That's what you're talking about. This room right here is called theater. That's pretty much all I've ever heard it called, so theater. Good call out for this room. People will play back here, so if you're talking about that, you say behind, like either behind the couch if they're over here, or at the south end of theater over here. This hallway is called the theater hallway, and this little area right here is called 90 because it's where the 90-degree turn is of this main hallway on the top floor. So VIP hallway, theater hallway. Over here, this little area is sometimes called top of lobby stairs or top of white stairs, because that's what these stairs are called most of the time, either white or lobby stairs. I recommend lobby stairs just because I think it's easier, but it's hard to get confused since there's only two staircases, and this one is white, as long as that isn't considered. So you'll either hear this called top of white or couches. Couches is a less common call out, and there's obviously a lot of couches on this map. So if you just say couches, you have to make sure people know that it's in context of the white stairs, the lobby stairs. This room right here is called luggage. That's pretty much talking about just this area though, because the closer you get to here, people call it either fish hallway or aquarium hallway. And then right out here, this platform is called blacktop. It's not as commonly known as a call out, but it is known, and this is what you should be calling it. You should be calling it blacktop, and if somebody asks you what you're talking about, you explain it, because that's really the only good name to give this, blacktop. So say it's the platform in courtyard, because this room in here is courtyard, and there's really no specific callouts at all for any of these areas. You could say courtyard by the couch, but really you just say courtyard and people just gotta guess. So there's not a whole lot of better ways to call it out other than using the compass or calling the couches. So coming down into here is the lobby, and there's the lobby front desk right here. You can say behind the front desk, and then you can say behind the wall, which is this area right here. And that's the Lamborghini I was talking about right there. Oh, just set off its alarm. My bad. Coming over to here is security room. Occasionally you'll hear it called server. Either one of those is fine. Most people call it security, and that's what I would go with. Security behind the desk is one particular call out you could give. This room right here, on the compass is called sunroom, but I've never once ever heard anybody call it that. Most people either call it security hallway or office hallway, because now I'm in the office. So this room is called office. Not very common will you get very specific callouts for this room. There's a lot of different places people could be hiding, but usually you just have to use the compass. You can say, say you're droning somebody in on attack, and you can say behind the wall, that means they're behind this wall right here. You can say over by the desk, or you can say just like northwest corner or over by the blue bar doorway, because right here is the blue bar. So in blue bar, there's not a whole lot of callouts other than just behind the bar, which is this whole little narrow area right here. You can say by the courtyard wall, but for the most part, I would just give compass directions. So this room right here is Sunrise Bar, and I would say 99% of people just call it Sunrise. There's, again, several Where is it? Oh, I didn't clear out the whole map. Oh well. So in Sunrise Bar, you can say behind the bar if somebody's playing right back here. There's 2 cubbies right here. You got to make sure that you're calling the right one. You can say the one by the Sunrise entrance, like the cubby close to Sunrise entrance, or the cubby close to the window that goes out to Ruins. And then back here, again, this is another place that should have a great name that everybody uses, but there isn't a clear consensus. Most people just say behind the wall, behind the Sunrise wall, which isn't terribly specific, but that's about as good as you're going to get in a solo queue setting. I'm going to try really hard to not die in here. Where's the C4? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's another one. Am I blind? Alright, crisis averted. So this is called Sunrise Entrance right here. Sunrise Entrance. It's called Pool Entrance on the compass, but don't call it that. That's not specific at all. Sunrise Entrance is what everybody calls this. Is there something I was going to point out here? I don't believe so. Nope. Alright, moving into here, this right here is either called Bottom of Blue Stairs, if you're talking about like right here, or sorry, Bottom of Cool Vibes, right here. This little area is where people like to play in. You can say Plants, Bottom Cool Vibes, if you're talking about that. And then you can call this area either by a couple things, either Sunrise Hallway, or you can call it, if you call Kitchen Hallway, you should be talking about this area right here. If you call Kitchen Hallway for someone who's in here, that's not very specific, and you should say Sunrise or outside of Sunrise in the hallway, etc. This right here is the kitchen. There are a few little places in here that, again, should have names but don't. You just have to use your compass or kind of give mention. This right here is usually called a sink, for instance. If you're saying, like, this is a very common plant spot on attack, so you get up here and you plant the diffuser right up here. So if you say the sink plant, that's what you're talking about. Even though it doesn't really look like a sink. And these are also sinks. So I would use the compass more than anything, and then go from there. So over here is service entrance, and people do call this service entrance right here. That's this whole entire area, and it also extends to here, all the way over to that wall and to here. If someone's in here, you kind of just have to give compass callouts. This is the northwest corner. That's the south end by lobby wall. That right there is just the doorway to outside. So like service entrance doorway is that right there. This door right here, don't use service entrance door for that call out. That is just bathroom doorway. Again, should have better names, but they just don't. This room on the compass is called toilets, but everybody just calls it bathroom. You just have to be specific because right up there, that room right there is the penthouse bathroom. So that's the second floor bathroom. This is the first floor bathroom. And most of the time people will know what you're talking about based on context. And I believe that is it. There was something I was going to point out earlier. It might have just been the Lamborghini. What was it? So I remembered what I forgot, and it is the purple tarp. It is possible to get out there on this tarp and get a good line of sight through this window. So if someone's out there on the tarp, you should just say they're on the purple tarp out north. So that pretty much covers everything. So if there's any callouts that you know of that I didn't go over, throw them in the comments, and I will toss them in annotations if they're if I forgot about them or if they seem to be more popular. But other than that, thanks for watching. Hope that helped.